doesn't see him anywhere. Do you think...
Who forgot their promise? I was beginning to think you'd forgotten about me.
What?
Relax, no need to look so surprised. So you didn't see anything like this when you were in Liyue Harbor?
Now that you mention it, this does suddenly seem less out of the ordinary.
Alright, I've had my fun.
Hey, you're this close to getting an ugly
Well, I've had some time to kill, given that I've been waiting here, so I came up with this little fun greeting. But in all seriousness, I would like to apologize about that little. It helped us determine whether or not to bring you before Ms. Kamisato.
Don't think that Paimon's gonna forget.
Sorry, did I overdo it? My apologies. Let me just say this. You've often found yourself Naturally, this is due to your unwavering and resolute determination. A long time ago, we had a friend who was much the same, but when the lightning struck... so you've heard his light still burns all the more brightly. Yes, of course. I will bring you to the Kamisato, but before that, there is one other place...
Oh? What?
I would like you to come with me to the statue of the omnipresent god. It's still under construction now.
Probably don't come here often, do they? Huh? Are Paimon's eyes playing tricks?
Visions.
Visions? You mean all the visions that are collected from the Vision Hunt Decree are put into this statue?
So you've already heard of the Vision Hunt Decree. Before I try to explain, as for Inazuma, it's known as the Nation of Eternity. The Raiden Shogun is both the nation's most powerful... The eternity in question is her. As such, she relies on the Tri-Commission to regulate. The Shogun wishes to keep Inazuma in stasis, allowing the stream of time to flow.
Seems like every god...
Of course, this is my own limited understanding. As for the reason behind the recent Vision Hunt Decree, perhaps the Shogun believes that visions grant people the power. Whatever the case, and this statue of the omnipresent god...
But if that's the case, wouldn't you say that the Raiden Shogun is being...
Only out, and yet, I agree. The vision...
Huh? Hey, are you okay? You look like...
Sound? What sound? I didn't hear anything. Did something
Yeah, you touched the statue, and then... what?
Aspirations? That would seem... Have you heard it before? That when a person's ambition reaches a certain strength, the gods look upon them with favor. That is where visions come from. In other words, a person's vision represents their ambition. So if what you just said is true, then the ambitions of these people are stronger than I imagined. All right, time for the next stop on our tour of Narukami Island, the Kamisato residence.
Finally!
It's my lucky day. Going somewhere? There's more!
This moment will be frozen in time.
Freeze!
Absorption test. Stand clear. Swirl. Mark 2.
To the very... This
Chests appearing out of thin air? This needs research.
Dodge this! Cool it! Don't get frostbite!
Animal test 6308. Absorption test.
Freeze! What's the hurry? Cool it!
Over here.
Oh, so sorry.
Stand clear. Animal test 6308.
Now you've got me
Absorption
worked up.
test. Boba, get them. Stand clear.
Look at me. Just once.
Come on, we can do it. If only I stumbled upon lab supplies as often. kind of place where the big shots of Inazuma live, huh? Paimon kinda expected it to be snazzier.
Welcome at last to the Kamisato residence, honored guests. Miss Kamisato.
Is this the Shirazage Himegimi you keep going on about? Oh, behind the screen?
Yes. As the daughter of the Yashiro Commission, this is how consider it a time-honored tradition within the Yashiro Commission.
Makes sense. She's
Please forgive my lack of courtesy for receiving you in this fashion. Especially I have awaited your arrival with great anticipation. And at present in Inazuma, in the name of the Vision Hunt Decree, the people's aspiration, though the Yashiro Commission serves the Shogun, it is the people. A commission's power rises and falls with the trust of their people. Traveler, lend us your power, and we can... Oh.
See, milady, it's just like I said. This will
No, please! Wait! Please, don't... I will introduce you to the Raiden Shogun on one condition. You must fulfill 3 small wishes on my behalf.
What are your wishes?
They pertain to 3 whose visions were taken from them. Perhaps once you've met them, you will understand.
A warrior who guards a village, a former samurai who helped carry out the Vision Hunt.
Correct. Please do all you can to help them. I will await your return here. Then you...
I'm sure...
see. Where's the person Ayaka told us about?
Why are you doing this? Why?
Precisely. It's much too The children are desperate for you to take them.
That must be the guy Ayaka told us about. Look.
Ah, you must also be here. Tejima has protected this place, keeping out the treasure hoarders, fending off any monsters. But now, all of a sudden, we will gladly apologize if that's the...
If you want my opinion, it's clear that Teyvat had done. I can't claim to fully, and the truth be told,
Seems like he's a well-respected god. You must be Teyvat. So what's made you want to up it?
Me? It's not a question of why I want to leave, but a question of what reason I would have to true, and what made me want to come here 30 years ago. I don't have answers to those questions because I can't remember anymore. In the past, I knew I wanted to
Okay. Well, in that case, if we... But if you can't... Oh! Maybe if you just try...
Oh, that reminds me. Last time...
I keep a diary?
Oh, yes, you do. And what...
Perfect! So if we want to keep Teyvat...
If you don't mind, we will leave you to find the...
This looks like Teyvat's Let's see what we have today. The villagers and I got today. I helped I went kite flying today. Seems like you're... Huh? I went to pray at the shrine again today, and now that's the kind of info we're looking...
What's the hurry?
So this is the... interesting. Looking at it anyway, if he had this... Looks like it's been disturbed. Must be something pretty It looks like Konda Village. Sounds so familiar. Where? So but he's been here for 30 years. Well, let's go give Teyvat.
I'll be. That's certainly my handwriting. But I have still. It's clear that I was... Over the years, I must have made a note of anything interesting. And just look at all the things that... How could I have forgotten something so important to me? Love, regret, no. After all, I've forgotten who she was. It's as if she'd never been in my life to begin with. I think... maybe not. Although, when I think about it like that, how curious. I shall remain here.
Teyvat seems to be dealing... Seems it's just like Ayaka, and that certainly explains this. At least we were able to help. Well... According to Miss Kamisato, the second one who lost their vision is a samurai from the Tenryou Commission.
Dodge this!
Absorption test. Yeah.
What's the hurry?
They say the Tenryou Commission is directly controlled by the Shogun. They're the ones responsible for maintaining law and order in Inazuma. But why would they take action? Paimon doesn't get it. Huh? There seems to be some commotion over there. Let's go see what's happening.
I'll ask one more time. Do you intend to withhold this month's emergency provision?
The entire clan is counting on that food. How many times do I have to say it? I don't...
You dare deceive us? Those provisions are essential. Do you understand? Not some goods to be pocketed.
You samurai think you can just do whatever you please? The Tenryou Commission will hear of this.
Oh, huh? And who are you?
What? We heard the commotion and came to see what the...
I see. You seem to have come just at the right time. Perhaps you can help us settle this matter. This is Kurosawa. He's a samurai and a member of the Shogun's army. They issue emergency provisions to the area, and he's the one responsible for In the past, we'd simply ask him for provisions and everything would be delivered. Now he's keeping the provisions for himself. I just know it.
No one seems to care about us. We used to think Kurosawa was a kind man. It's no wonder all the visions have been confiscated. The Raiden Shogun doesn't need...
This must be one of the people Ayaka asked us to help. But why would she ever... Maybe we should talk to Kurosawa and see what he...
I've never even heard of these emergency provisions. I don't know whether it's rumor. My own family can barely get by as it is. No, if you'll excuse me, I've got other matters to attend to. And that's the first bit of truth I've heard all day.
Well, that's strange. You were helping enforce the Vision Hunt decree.
To be perfectly honest, I don't seem to remember the details. All I know is that I will perform certain... And it's not just that. I have this unsettling...
Does it have to do with the missing emergency provisions?
I didn't take any. Like I said, if I was taking them for myself, I wouldn't be going through such hard times right now. To top it all off, my house was just... If you don't believe me, go find the treasure hoarders yourself. If there were...
He seems to be telling the truth. But we better confirm. Let's go round up those treasure hoarders and see what they have. We should be able to follow their tracks.
We really outdid ourselves this time. All those samurai houses packed with goods.
You haven't seen anything yet. There'll be Today's just the beginning.
You demand, boss!
These seem like the treasure hoarders we're after. Let's... Animal test.
Another
test. Stand clear. Out of the frying pan. It's...
Cool it! Oh, there goes all the Mora. Come on, Bob.
Not bad, kid. You ever think of joining the treasure hoarders? We could use someone like you. Kurosawa. So he's the one who sent you after us, huh?
So what did you see inside?
Food supplies. You kidding? That place was a complete mess. I didn't want anyone else to see it, so I was planning on opening it myself once we... But now that you've caught us, how about...
You've got a deal. Now...
Huh?
What the...
There's nothing in here but IOU!
Yeah, a lot, and they all seem to be made out to the owner of a general. We better talk to this missile. As for you guys, you're free to go.
Yes. So, we redeemed ourselves for some IOUs.
Shut it. Let's just get out.
I've been to the outside world before. I wonder what's on the other side of the ocean.
Welcome to Tsukumomono Groceries. Or perhaps there's something you want to inquire about? Ah, so you're friends of Kurosawa, I take.
Whoa! Let's not. How did Kurosawa end up owing you so much money?
Let me think. Kurosawa would come regularly to purchase large quantities. However, the price of provisions began to.
So that's how he was getting those. But why did he have to purchase a usual amount?
Well, if you think about it, the citizens receiving the emergency. Kurosawa thought that it would be quite the disappointment for them, so he deemed it necessary to take on the debt.
Wow. And no one ever appreciated what he did.
People's attitudes will always reflect their circumstances. If you ask me, had Kurosawa told everyone the truth about the supplies from the start, of course, I'm sure there would still have been some unrest. As for why he chose to spend his own money on emergency provision, if you're still curious, why don't you go ask him yourself? I see. Most unfortunate. If he doesn't clear.
Sword?
Oh, didn't he tell you? I've asked him about its origins. In hindsight, why don't you ask him about the sword Oh, but before you go.
But we...
Information is... Don't worry. I won't charge...
At least we now know where the... Let's go talk to Kurosawa. What are you doing?
I presented them with a choice. Either they... It turned out to be a real time saver, actually. Did you manage to track down the treasure hoarders?
That just about sums it up. It turns out...
Strange. Is that really the kind of person I was? I don't really have any such Why was I purchasing emergency provisions for everyone? And why would I put... But I could not deny that when I brandished my sword to scare... This sword was once... I remember once when I was young. What did he say? It would seem that I forgot. All I can remember now is my father and said to me.
Hey, if you look carefully, there seems to be... Can you recognize the words?
Virtue? Somehow those two words seem to taking on seemingly endless debts to make others. But what use are virtue and justice? The Tenryo Commission sees my vision. And the irony of all of it is, I'm incapable of being a good person. Yet I'm equally...
Yet another troubled... When we get the chance, let's speak to Toma about Kurosawa's debt. In any case, we must never let him sell off that sword. Yeah, seems fortunately for us, let's go find the next... had their vision, Paimon heard that he's the present-day master of Meikyo Shisui art. This is his dojo. Luckily, there's some people.
Nanako, don't worry. Sensei will be fine. Those thugs that challenged the dojo were strong, but he fought them all off in the end, didn't he?
Maybe, but I'm still worried about him. Things have gotten dangerous before in the past, but it's never shaken him. This time, though...
It's just because he's been possessed, that's all. Once the exorcism has taken place, he'll be right as rain in no time.
Hey there! Did something happen?
Who are you? I don't care whether you're trespassers or just here to harass us while Sensei is impaired. Don't make me draw my blade, or you won't live.
No! You got it so wrong! We just came here to...
Disciples?
Yep. We've heard all about the mighty master of Meikyo, but then we got here and overheard you talking about how he got...
From the way you're dressed, please, accept my apology. You haven't arrived at the best of times, I'm afraid. Sensei got possessed recently, and he's still recovering. He's not able to take on any... I see you are earning... Sensei's name is Domon. Though self-taught, he mastered the art of the sword to a high level. He once said that his goal was to become the best sword master in the world. And so, even while training up, but then...
Not long ago, Sensei had his vision. He says the strangest thing. Junya and I have discussed it, and we both think that he's been... But if I'm honest, I still have...
The Grand Narukami Shrine? What's that?
You haven't heard of it? It's the largest shrine on Narukami Island. Not that we'd have any means of involving the head shrine maiden, of course. So don't worry, Nanako. Sensei is going to be The exorcism will take place this evening.
So...
Shh. So you decided to come. It's a good thing you didn't arrive in just now, when Nanako was attending to him. When she asked him who the people were, it looked like he was in great distress. All the while he kept calling those names. Some of them we knew. One of them was Anzai. He used to be a fellow disciple of Sensei wouldn't stop calling his name. The ritual has now begun. All we can do is patiently await the Please, excuse me for a moment while I fetch some water. If you...
Huh? Who's that sneaking? We won't let them get away with... Seems they aren't here. Should we keep going further up? Is this definitely the right place? Let's look a little further up. Aha! Suspicious person!
How did you... Are you sure you're Domon's... Unless...
Excuse me? And what are you doing sneaking up?
Bad news? I'll have you know I trained side. I don't care to talk about that time anymore.
His senior?
Anzai? Yes, that's me. Because I don't wish to see Domon or anyone. When we were young, we trained under... I had begun training 5 practitioners of Meikyo, but Domon was different. Sensei scolded him and told... I thought so too at the time. Only then did I realize that he was consumed by it.
Sure sounds like he meant business.
Because until he arrived, I was... Of all the disciples, I was the most... Domon's arrival changed everything. Later, I heard that he After that, I wanted nothing further. So, when I heard rumors that I decided to quietly come and see if it were true. So you see, I came here not to cause him an... Okay, you've heard my story. You should...
Seems like we got it wrong, Vit. Still, Paimon's not sure we...
What? Does that mean he's just lost his mind?
Nanako, please.
I am sorry. With what? But spirits may take a myriad of forms, and all is certainly not...
Lady Yai?
The head shrine maiden of the Grand Narukami
Correct. Lady Yai is most... I am unable to say for certain whether an evil...
Excuse me, Miss Inagi.
That won't be necessary. All that is I must leave now, but we will meet...
Who'd have thought Lady Yai herself would have taken no...
Do you mean to say that Sensei...
No, that's not what I meant at all. I just mean this is Lady Yai. Anyway, given that you've traveled all this way just to meet...
Sure! Who knows? Maybe we'll be able to...
Please speak to President Summer. I just...
Fascinating.
Freeze! One more.
Don't get frostbite.
Ready!
Cool it!
Animal test 6308. Yeah, stand clear. Yeah.
Cut down. Like this.
Catch the wind. freeze. This moment will be frozen in time.
Absorption test. Nice and spicy. Stand clear. Wow, so many raw materials. Ready, steady, go! The insolent shall be punished. Where are you?
Dodge this! Cool it! Oh, so sorry.
Absorption test. Out of the frying pan, into the fire. Animal test 6308. You can't. Stand clear.
This body belongs to ice and snow.
Wow, so many raw materials.
What's the hurry?
Do you think that's Lady Yi? Oh, no wonder Junya was so excited. Also, is it just Paimon? Or did she look right at us just now? It was probably nothing. It's not like she's ever seen us before.
Keep away. I gave up the art of the sword. Please, let me go, I beg you.
As you can see, Lady Yi, Domon has persisted in this state for some—
Lady Yi, it must be a possession, right? This is nothing like him at all. In the past, no matter what came his way, he would always...
I'm sorry. It is clear to me that your sensei is not possessed, but...
Then did...
Yes. This is unable to cope with the tremendous pressure he was under. He suffered a spiritual... As one who is thrown into the sea, though he fights back desperately against... As for what has triggered this change, I believe it must be...
Stripped of his ambition? But Lady Yi...
Your school practices make Yoshi's stillness of mind, freedom from all agitation. There was once one who claimed to be indifferent to rank and reward. Then, what of the one who crossed blades with his own...
Lady Yi, I'm not sure
The path of the sword master is filled with twists, and it requires one to take their sword firmly, and only a deep commitment to his ambition to become the best made it possible. When that ambition disappeared, he became...
My poor sensei.
I'm sorry. It's up, Father.
That's enough.
Huh? Isn't that odd? Did he follow us the whole way here?
Hansai, why are there two of you? You're here for revenge, aren't you?
You're right to assume that my feelings towards you. It's been so long now that I made peace with it years ago. I don't think most of the people you beat along the way would hold it against you. Now I know that we can't place our hope, but that is no reason to strip them of theirs.
But what if one day I put if there's a chance they'll end up like me one...
Have you asked them what they think?
Sensei, after you, I can't know whether I will suffer in my future. I want to keep going until the day that I can...
Nanako's far from the only one. Actually...
Goodness.
You see? Being stripped of your ambition is something that's never happened to me. So, just as I once... You are not in the same position that I was.
I'm sorry to have made you worry for me. I no longer have the resolve to become the best in the world. But as your sensei, this is my promise.
You can count on that. I'd be checking in on you occasionally, but I am now used to the life of a wanderer. Well, don't just stand there staring at me.
So even though his ambition was taken away, his
Traveler, a moment, please.
So, my intuition, the wind that blows from afar carries fresh life to these shores. For us to meet now is premature. Nevertheless, you set foot on these islands at precisely the right moment. I have high hopes for you, child.
Ooh, Lady, she seems super mysterious.